Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today is the second part of chapter 1, section 1, which is fish cultivation. Last lecture we were talking about the first part. Couple of things we described there regarding fish culture. So now I'm starting from then the fish culture, which is Rajputi fish culture and Nilotica fish culture. Today I will explain some points, which is lime application, fertilizer application, examine toxicity and stocking fries. First of all, lime application. We need to apply lime in the pond due to remove the acidity in the pond, remove the turbidity in the pond, remove the dirty materials from the pond. So in the pond we need to definitely apply this lime. Sometimes it observed that in the pond water is might acidic, which makes the toxic substance in the pond. Even the water is not clear, that's why we have to apply the lime in the pond. Sometimes in the examination you have questions like this for 2 marks, which is why we apply lime in the pond. In that time you have to answer 3 to 4 points, which is remove the turbidity, remove the acidity, remove the toxicity. Even if we apply lime in the pond, then the disease resistance power is increased in the pond. The next point is fertilizer application. We have to apply fertilizer twice in the fish culture time, because we know Rajputi and Nilotica we cultured in the pond about 3 to 4 months. So in this 3 to 4 months time period, you have to apply 2 times the fertilizer. You have to apply 2 types of fertilizer, which is organic fertilizer and inorganic fertilizer. Organic fertilizer is compost, then poultry excreta, etc. And inorganic fertilizer is urea and TSP. When you apply this, that time you have to make sure that the quantity is proper. You don't need to be applied too many urea, TSP, compost, poultry, etc. I told you before, you have to apply 2 times. When you prepare the pond, you apply medicine in the pond for removing voracious fish as wild animal. After 1 week of that time, you have to apply fertilizer to produce the natural feed in the pond, like Daphnia, Bosmina, water hyacinth, which is zooplankton and phytoplankton. This is the first time. And again you have to apply fertilizer after stocking the fries or release the fries in the pond. When you release the fries in the pond, after 1 or 2 weeks later, you have to apply fertilizer if there is lack of natural feed. How can you understand there is a lack of natural feed? If the pond water is not greenish color, that time we can understand that there will be not enough natural feed. Because when you release the fries, that time the fries eat the natural feed. That is why in the pond the natural feed is decreasing, that time you have to apply fertilizer. So we apply lime, then fertilizer application. Now you have to examine the toxicity of the pond water. How can you examine the toxicity? Because before, when you apply medicine in the pond, that time about 2 weeks the water of the pond is toxic, or the activity of medicine is present in the water. That is why if you are apply or release flies in the pond, the flies might be died due to the toxic substance present in the pond, and then farmer will be getting big loss in the pond. That is why you have to examine the toxicity or test the toxicity. There is two way of test the toxicity. How? One is using HAPA. What is HAPA? HAPA is you use a mosquito net or a normal net upside down in a corner of the pond. Put or establish a 4 bamboo in a corner of the pond and put the mosquito net or a normal net upside down. Then it will be make a circle like this and up to this water. This is called HAPA. And in this HAPA, if you release 3 to 4 flies and leave up to 24 hours, and then when you observe that 4 flies is alive, that means that water is not toxic. You can release the flies in the pond. Or if you release the pond or leave the pond, leave the flies in the HAPA after 24 hours, if you observe that flies is no more, that means dead, the point is the water is toxic. This is the way of examining the toxicity in the pond. Another point is use a bucket or a tub. Use a bucket or tub. Take some water from the pond in the bucket and leave in the room temperature and release or put some flies in that tub about 24 hours. After 24 hours, if you observe that your flies is alive, that means the water is not toxic. This is the process. You can understand that your pond water is not toxic. So questions might like that. What is the way of examine or test the toxicity of pond water? Then you can write or explain these 2 points. Next is stocking flies or releasing. The another name of stocking flies is releasing. Releasing flies in the pond. When you prepare the land, prepare the pond, you kill or remove all the voracious fish, wild animals, and then aquatic substance or aquatic weeds. After that you apply lime application, then you apply fertilizer, then you examine the toxicity, then you are ready to release or stocking the flies in the pond. What you should do? You should do the flies definitely release at morning or in the evening. Make sure do not apply or release the fries in the pond at hot time or when is very sunny day, because that time the water is very hot. So if we apply that time the fries in the pond, the fries will be not survive very long in the pond. That is why in the cool time, in the morning or in the evening, you should release the fries in the pond. And when you release the pond, that time you should make sure do not release the fries altogether in the pond. You have to adapt the fries with the pond water, because the fries you collect from the hatchery or somewhere else. So that fries is not adapt, or that fries is not environmental friendly of this pond or of your pond. So what you should do, you should adapt or match the fries with this pond environment. That is why what you should do, take a bucket or poly bag, put the water from outside and half of water from the pond water, mix it up and leave the fries inside that poly bag about 2, 3 or 4 hours, and then you release that fries in the pond. This is the basic way of releasing the fries in the pond. And if you are not doing that, then that will big loss for you. You may seen after 1 or 2 days the fries will be die. So that is, you have to make sure that your fries is stocking very much, and in between this time you have to apply supplementary feed or anything natural feed, examine the natural feed, everything, and make sure after 1 or 2 weeks later you have to apply the fertilizer before examining the natural feed in the pond. This is the way of stocking the fries. So today we talk about line application of Rajputi and Nile fish, then fertilizer application, then examine toxicity, and then stocking fries. You can see there is too many MCQ questions in this section, even CQ question as well for 2 marks or might be altogether 3 marks, which is why you apply line in the pond, what is the way or what is the method of examining the toxicity in the pond, then what is the way of stocking fries in the pond, and CQ question like that might become in the exam. So this is your part 2 of chapter 1 section 1. Thank you very much.